I guess star of the show for Koenigsegg has got to be this. It's breathtakingly, I was going to say, it's not just beautiful, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah, it is a stunning car. It's the new model Regera. Lots of new technology with this car. It's the first time in Koenigsegg's history they've actually had 2 models in their lineup. Obviously we still have the Regera.
Yes.
This is the new Regera, so it's part electric, it's a hybrid, part electric, part normal combustion engine. So you've got 700 horsepower from the electric engines,
yep.
And you've got 1100 horsepower from the internal combustion engine. Because of how the torque vectors on the car, they peak at different levels, so you've got 1500 horsepower available, giving it a very, very flat power curve.
So you are completely into a madness scale now, aren't you? You've gone beyond hypercar now.
Yeah, this is a hypercar plus. Yeah, you've got the 0 to 100s, 2.8 seconds, but more importantly, the power band is so flat that the 150 to 250 kilometers is 3.2 seconds. So it's only really drag inefficiency that's causing it not to match the 0 to 100 time of 2.8. So.
Loving the fact that you got no roof on it as well. I imagine by that time your toupe's blown off, your eyeballs have imploded and everything else, but it just looks fun even to stare at. There's a lot of aerodynamic aids going as well. Explain those to me.
Well, yeah, you've got obviously a completely new front end. Obviously it's a completely new model, but in terms of comparing it to the Regera, it's a completely new front end. In terms of the downforce, obviously Koenigsegg's whole design philosophy is around purity of form. And if it doesn't serve a purpose towards top speed or downforce, it's not on the car. So everything that you see serves a purpose completely. The roof obviously is removable, as you can see now. That stows under the front. That's the same with every Koenigsegg. That's always been the case.
So still an element of practicality. You don't have to leave it in the garage. You can take it with you.
It completely fits under the front. It's built, designed for that. So no, the shape is such. This is an interesting part you see now, the rear end, which is very different to the Regera. As I mentioned earlier, you've got this is the exhaust system. Titanium. You've got one on either side. So it's a very narrow fishtail. Makes an astonishing sound.
I can imagine, because I remember some of the old 1930s races with stuff like that.
It's the first time a fishtail, it's a reintroduction of fishtail exhaust systems to modern cars. It literally, like you say, previously they're back in the 30s and 40s.
Yeah, so it beats putting a cigarette card on the spokes of your bicycle, I suppose.
Yes, it does, to say the least. New design wheel also. Again.
Are they all carbon?
Full carbon, hollow carbon.
Right.
In fact, if you look at the design of that wheel, that design can only work as a carbon wheel, because if you use any other material, it's not strong enough to cope with that design. So that's again something very, very unique to Koenigsegg. The new headlight configuration, they're calling that the Constellation. You see the daytime running lights?
Yes.
Tiny little LEDs.
I can see the little Koenigsegg sort of symbol at
cooling.
the bottom as well.
Yeah, that one at the bottom is part of the cooling for the main beam. But you've got a Constellation effect there. The other thing you've got on this car, which is the first for supercars, you've got fully automatic opening and closing doors. So you press a button, the doors fully open in the Koenigsegg way. You know the unique Koenigsegg doors.
Yes.
And again, fully closing, including soft close. That's a first for supercars. And you have a fully electronic opening front compartment and also rear compartment, and fully closing as well off a button. Okay,
now you talked about the Fishtail Exhaust.
Yes.
You've still got a great big pipe in the middle underneath the Regera badge. What's that doing?
That's the cooling, 2 fans in there that cool the electric batteries, which are operating either wheel at the rear. So, and also you have this, I'll show you when it comes around again, I'll show you how the rear wing operates, which again, which is fully electronic. It acts obviously A for downforce and again B for braking. So under heavy braking, it will go flat to assist braking as well.
I mean, there's so much tech going on with this car. I mean, how long has it taken to develop from sort of concept to where we are now?
Well, Christian, as you're probably aware, is kind of a genius.
Yes, he's completely manic about it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and the world needs people like Christian, they push the boundaries. They completely push the boundaries. And Christian came up with the idea. I mean, no one else had come up with the idea before of having a supercar with no gearbox. So you've got effectively the engine driving, operating the drivetrain on just a single forward gear. That's it. So you've taken out all the weight of the gearbox. You've added weight with the electric batteries, but you've removed a lot of weight with the obviously the removal of the gearbox. And what you've also got which where it differs from the Regera, is the Regera is very much a driver-focused car.
Yes.
This is a softer car. This is a car that has more luxury items. It has 6-way electronic memory seats. If you look on the inside of the car, you'll see it's a more luxurious feel. It's not as focused as the Regera RS.
Yeah, which you always got the feeling was a bit of a beast that's been taken off the track.
Yes.
That's very, very neat.
There you go.
It tucks away so neatly as well, doesn't it?
Yes. It's again the only one fully folding. The only one, the only rear spoiler fully folding.
It's interesting, and there's shades of every imaginable supercar. At the back end, I don't know why I'm thinking about the XJ220 because of the length of it. Then I'm thinking Batmobile when I see those sort of two scallop bits going over the head. It might sound a bit gushing, but I feel quite privileged to be allowed to sit in this. It's certainly a very, very special car. I mean, I'm noticing also the detail of, you know, the traditional door opening and everything else, and it's a very comfortable place to be, isn't it?
Yes, there's more space in this car than there is in the Regera. As you can see, the design is very different. You've got quite a retro look to the air vents, lots of carbon fibre. The seats are softer.
Incredibly comfortable, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, they are. And there's more headroom. It's designed to be a more comfortable environment for someone who wants to use the car on a more regular basis, rather than the ultimate driving experience of the Regera.
I mean, quite apart from the fact that the interior really is quite fabulous, there's a sense of occasion about it. I mean, if I'm looking at all the detail around the dash where you've got the air vents, and this thing, again, it's typically Koenigsegg. It's like a fighter cockpit. You feel as if you're in a weapon of a car.
Yeah,
really
yeah, absolutely. And what Christian's very good at doing is functionality of design. It's not a cluttered, messy environment. There aren't buttons and switches for the sake of buttons and switches. No, it's very functional. The centre there is like an iPad swipe system.
Okay.
So you can actually swipe the screen. There you go.
It's come to life.
Yeah. So you can swipe the screen through. So it's literally the same way how you'd operate an iPad.
I see. So it's incredibly.
It's very intuitive.
Ever so. And the same applies to the dash. So that's completely. It's a glass. It's a glass cockpit virtually.
Yes, it's pure in form.
Absolutely amazing, and I like the detail of the switch gear and everything else. Everything about this car feels bespoke. It feels somehow special.
Yes,
really, really does.
Yes, it is a very special car. Well, it's the star of the show as far as we're concerned.
I can understand that. Have they determined how many units they're going to produce, or how long production might?
Yeah, there's 80 cars. It's 80 cars for 5 years. That's it. So the total production run is 80 units.
I imagine that you've got people biting your hand off for this now.
Yes, it's been received incredibly well. I think we're into. I think we're not far shy of 10 sold orders already. Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to be extremely lucky if I see one of these on the streets in London.
Yes, you will see them.
Yeah.
Because we've sold a couple. So you will see them, but yeah, it's going to be incredibly rare and incredibly exclusive.
Well, I for one am going to be looking forward to listening to the Fishtail Exhaust blasting away past me, although it'll probably have gone in a blur before I realise what went past me.
Yes, it will be. You'll hear it coming, that's for sure.
Hear it going on, just won't see it going afterwards.
No, exactly.
Wonderful, thank you.
No problem, pleasure.